Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the Closing Bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlet Fu.
Quick check on the S&P 500. Almost an even split, guys. 236 names to the upside. Alex, we've got 261 names losing ground today, 6 unchanged.
Yeah, you can kind of see that in the IMAP function as well. It's sort of a mishmash of what's up and what's down, but not a lot of movement either way. Energy is the worst performing sector, right? Down 0.6%. Tech, the best performing sector, but only up by about 0.4%. So super calm movement all across the board.
Yeah.
I love mishmash.
Mishmash. It's an official technical term. Did you not know that?
I know it now.
It's mishmash go on the terminal. All right, let's get to some of the individual gainers. Coin, number one gainer in the S&P 500, folks. Up.
Whoa.
I know. Yeah. I love it when I can surprise you.
I know. I was paying so close attention to Jay Powell. I'm missing all the real action here.
All right. Well, there was action in Coinbase today, up 16% in today's session. Billionaire Michael Novogratz coming out saying that stablecoin legislation will push traditional financiers toward cryptocurrencies. You also had Coinbase introducing Coinbase Payments, a stablecoin payment stack for commerce platforms. And you might remember yesterday, JP Morgan came out saying it's launching a pilot for a token called JPMD, which represents dollar deposits. It will transfer a fixed amount to Coinbase Global on the public blockchain base. This stock is up about 17% year to date. So I just feel like a lot of momentum around that puppy. Marvell Technology, number one gainer in the NASDAQ 100, folks, up about 7% in today's session. Analysts positive on the chip maker following an event focused on AI. At that event, Marvell raised its overall data center total addressable market to $94 billion by 2028, up from $75 billion. This stock, though, is off more than 30% year to date. And one more for you, GoGo.
Go. Wow.
It's not just a dance from the 60s. Up about 15% in today's session. You know, Wi-Fi while we're flying.
Yeah. Has that improved?
That's a great point. Every time I fly, I can never get Wi-Fi anymore. I think it's me.
No,
but
I feel like it definitely has improved.
Oh, wow.
You don't think?
I don't know.
Depends on the airline.
Wow.
That
It
shall
does.
remain nameless.
Yeah, we're gonna be good today. Shares soaring though on heavy volume. The company coming out saying it successfully completed its first end-to-end call using its 5G technology. William Blair coming out saying those developments represent a significant milestone for GoGo's 5G network. Stock is up 80% year to date, 30% of the float, though, shorted. So investors kind of watching very closely.
Okay, well, the small moves in the indexes really masked some big moves taking place under the surface. I want to start with Wolfspeed, down 30% today. The chip maker shares plummeting. Bloomberg did report today that it will be taken over by creditors, including Apollo Global Management, under a proposal that would put it into bankruptcy to slash billions of dollars in debt. Shareholders could, though, actually recover as much as 5% in this proposed scenario. This is as opposed to what typically happens during a situation such as this, where they are wiped out completely in a bankruptcy. Uber shares also on the move lower today, and this as a result of some Waymo news.
I'm so excited.
Well, don't get too excited just because Waymos will start to be tested in New York with a human driver. This is what drove shares of Uber lower today. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be seeing these all over and going to be able to take them anytime soon.
Wait, so Carol's into this?
Oh, my
Carol loves it. I convinced her
oh my God.
to get into one of these things. She did it. Where were you, in Arizona?
I did it in Arizona first. It was like evening to the airport, closing my eyes. I'm totally comfortable. I've done several since. Oh, Alex, it's kind of like
Alex, I think you're the only one here who hasn't done this.
It almost feels like you get into a spa. There's like this really easy music. The car is immaculate. Wow. There's nobody talking to you.
My face is like,
you're one of those people.
Yeah,
struck dumb right now.
You know how Carol feels when, somebody talks to her next to her on the airplane, right?
True story.
No, but you get into the car and they're like, "Hi, Carol." And you're like, "Hi." Okay, it's pretty cool. Anyway,
all right, Carol obviously not concerned about the robot overlords taking over.
So this is in New York?
Yeah, this is in New York. This is where they're going to be testing it out, but only with a human driver behind the wheel. So with the human driver.
I assume like in Midtown or where is this?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. It's a good
I think there are a lot of challenges to this service happening like it happens in San Francisco, just due to the congestion in New York. And there aren't necessarily places to pull over, legal places to pull over.
I hate to break it to San Francisco. You ain't got nothing on New York.
Yeah, when it comes to congestion, it's like easy peasy there. All right, Waymo shares, Uber shares down 1.6% today. Let's move on to some payments companies. MasterCard fell by 5.4%, but Visa is what I want to highlight, down 4.9%. Both of these companies fell over worries about the impact of stablecoins on credit card issuers. Remember, we saw this on Friday after that Wall Street Journal report that said that Amazon and Walmart were interested in stablecoins. We did hear David Sachs today telling Bloomberg TV that stablecoin legislation would cause the asset class to grow and create demand for the U.S. dollar.
I have an honorable mention. I'm going to pull a Romaine on you. Walmart, now in its longest losing streak since 2004.
Wow.
Take a moment. I mean, to be fair, it was on a huge winning streak, so take that with a grain of salt. Bond market, look at that. Nothing. Absolutely no movement there. You're looking at the 2-year below that 4% level. You're looking at the 10-year around 4.38%. There was a breaking headline about a few minutes ago saying that foreign treasuries holdings held near a record high in April. That was quite interesting. They dipped to about $36 billion to $9 trillion, but yet foreign holdings are still sticky for treasuries. So that was, of course, a big risk and a big worry for the long end of the market. So far, so good.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.